Hi, I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation and welcome back to the Hive. In this video, we'll be taking a look at this TP-Link KP303 Smart Wi-Fi Power Strip. We'll take a look at its features, how it looks in the TP-Link KASA Smart App, and then we'll take a look at it in Home Assistant as well. So, while I roll the intro, take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release new videos each week, and let's get started. Now, you might have seen my past videos about the TP-Link KASA Smart Wi-Fi plugs, and the other day I was at Bunnings and I picked up two more of the KP115 energy monitor plugs because I want to enhance my energy monitoring data in the Home Assistant energy dashboard. More on that in another video. While I was there, I spotted this 3-port individually switched smart power board with 2 always-on USB ports as well. So I grabbed it for $49 to try out and review. Now at $49 is not exactly cheap for a 3-way power board, but when compared with other surge protected power boards with USB sockets, it's fairly middle of the road. The cheapest non-smart power strip that I could find that had USB ports and surge protection function was a 4-outlet 2 USB unit for $32 at Bunnings. Now, I paid my own money for this particular power strip, so my opinion's not influenced by any corporate sponsorship. I haven't been sponsored by either TP-Link or Bunnings. So let's take a look around the box and see what we can see. So right on the front, we've got a picture of the unit showing the 2 USB ports and the 3 individually switched mains outlets, and these 3 badges in the bottom right show the individual control, the 2 USB ports and the surge protection. In the bottom left, we've got that it works with Alexa and also with Google Assistant. And in the top right corner, we've got a sticker telling us about a 2-year warranty. There is some rating information on the barcode side of the box that tells us that we have a 240 volt at 50 or 60 hertz 10 amp max loading, meaning that the rating is 2.4 kilowatts. There are some details of the surge protection ratings, so the clamping voltage and the energy dissipation, and that the USB ports are rated at 5 volts at 2.4 amps total. In the requirements, it shows that we require a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi on 802.11bg or N, and the details about what's in the box, which is the power strip and the quick start guide. Lastly, on the back of the box, we've got the features. So we've got the 3 smart outlets, the surge protection, the control from anywhere, set schedules, 2 USB ports, no hub required, and voice control. And it's worth maybe mentioning that this space-saving design was actually covered up by a sticker. It is worth mentioning that there is a serving suggestion on the back here that shows what appears to be an iMac desktop plugged into one of the smart sockets, and either an iPhone or iPad or some other kind of tablet plugged into one of the USB ports. Now, being that it's got surge protection and the USBs built in, that's a really great use case for this particular power board, though it's worth mentioning that it's not really necessary or even advisable to have your computer plugged into a smart switch. It tends to be less destructive these days with more modern hardware, but most computers still don't particularly like losing power unexpectedly from the mains. You could definitely maybe set something up to detect when your PC is turned off, however, and then maybe plug in, say, a printer, a monitor, or some other mains powered peripherals into the smart switches, and then have an automation to trigger those to turn on or off based on the power state of your computer. Initial impressions before I even open the box, something I do wish is that maybe there was a 4th port on this power strip that had an always on power outlet socket for exactly this use case, where you have your computer plugged into an always on and then peripherals that are on switches. As far as I can tell so far, there's no energy monitoring in this power strip, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but to be honest, I'm yet to see any smart power strips that have energy monitoring to date, so it's certainly not a surprise or a deal breaker for this particular unit. I am planning on getting some more smart power boards to do a head-to-head comparison video in the future, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell icon so you get notified when those reviews and the head-to-head comparison video come out. So enough theory, let's open the box and take a look at the unit itself. So I'm just going to grab my knife here and cut the sticker that's at the top of the box here. And we'll put that away without cutting ourselves. Pull out the power strip. We have a little warranty card in here. We've got the quick start guide that it mentioned on the side of the box and the unit itself. So we'll open this up, take it out of the sleeve and undo the twisty tie. So first impressions looking at the physical unit itself, the buttons, tactile buttons, they feel pretty good. The build quality feels very solid. I certainly wouldn't have any problems at all putting a test tag sticker on this particular one. It's worth mentioning we've got a straight lead straight out of the plug, and that may actually be why this right-angled plug designed to leave other outlets free and fit perfectly behind furniture in tight spaces was covered up, this last thing here. So it is actually a straight out rather than a right-angled plug, which makes sense why they would cover that up. The USB ports are standard USB type A ports, so that's all fine. We've got a couple of LEDs. We've got a system and a protected LED here. Standard mounting points on the back, some details of the MAC address and the serial number, model number, ratings, etc. It is a thicker power board than what you would normally get. It's maybe a third thicker throughout this power section, and then this rounded, these rounded sections at the end are a bit thicker again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into power over here. I've just got an extension lead, so we'll plug this in, and we've got our system went orange and then green, so that's probably in a pairing mode, and we've got our protected there. It is flashing on camera, but it doesn't flash in real life. That's just an artifact from the camera. And we've got our all our ports are currently turned on, so you can see that the lights are on presumably when the load is on, and they're off presumably when the load is off. So the build quality feels really good, and that's not particularly surprising considering my feelings on the KP110 and the KP115 and also the HS110 smart sockets from TP-Link. The length of the pigtail cable it's a little bit over 1 meter. It's about the same as what you would expect from most power boards. So now that we've taken a look at the physical unit, and I'm pretty happy with it, let's pop over to the KASA Smart app and pair the power board with the app. So I'm going to open up KASA on my phone here, and I'll just hit OK to that warning. And so you can see my energy monitor switch and my washing machine switch already here. We should have our light, as we saw before, our light, the system light on the unit is flashing green and orange. So I think that means that we're in pairing mode. So I'm going to tap the plus button in the top right hand corner. I'm going to tap device, and I'm going to see what we've got here. I'm going to grab smart plugs and smart power strip. So we've got HS300 or KP303. We have the KP303, the Australian edition obviously. So I'm going to tap that one there. and so it's blinking orange and green. We saw that. So interestingly, this unit does look a fair bit different to the one that we've got. This unit has a circular, possibly master switch there, whereas the one that I've got here doesn't. That's fine. I'm just going to tap next, and I'm going to go to my phone settings. So I'm going to go to the phone settings, and I'm going to look for the TP-Link PowerStrip Wi-Fi that is here. So I'm going to tap that, connecting to that network. So that's being created by the PowerStrip. I'll swap back over to the KASA Smart app, and it's going to establish the connection to the PowerStrip. Okay, so it's found the networks for the PowerStrip. I'm going to tap the force, which is the Wi-Fi that we normally use. The password's already in there. I'm just going to tap join. And so this is now going to join my Wi-Fi here. Okay, so that took a moment to join the Wi-Fi. The system light is now white. I'll show you that in a minute when I can return my phone to being a camera. And we've got tap and outlet to give the connected device a name and icon, and I'm just going to give it lamp test 1. Next. And we'll just go with a light bulb for now. Computer test, I'll hit next. So we've configured it and it's ready for use in our device list. We'll hit sounds good. And it's telling us that there is new firmware available for the PowerStrip, and the update will take a couple of minutes to ensure the best KASA experience. I'm going to tap update now. And this is going to take a moment to update the firmware on the strip. So while that's doing that, I will plug in a couple of things here. Just some test lamps that I've got, and I'll plug these in and we will go from there. So plug 1 and plug 2. I'm going to leave plug 3 empty. And I'll just put these off to the side. Okay, so it says, welcome to Smart PowerStrip. Swipe for tips on how to use your new Smart PowerStrip. So we can swipe. It talks about groups, scenes and additions, and beyond KASA. So it talks about pairing to Alexa, to Google Assistant, to IFT, Samsung Smart Things, and just check the works with KASA section in the sidebar. So I'll hit get started. And you see now we've got lamp test 1, lamp test 2, and computer test. So if I bring up the screen capture and the camera, we should be able to turn on lamp test 1, and lamp test 1 is on, lamp test 2, and that second one is on. And I don't have anything plugged into the computer test, but I'll tap that and it turned on. The white LED next to the button turned on. So I'll just grab this here and I will press the button and it turned off. Fantastic. So that works as I would expect. If we drill into lamp test 1, the same as what we've seen previously in the TP-Link KASA app. So we've got our schedule. So we can add a schedule to turn the power off or on at sunrise, sunset, or a specific time, and repeat that on specific days. We've also got a timer, so we can set that to turn on or off after a specific time. So if I set that to turn off after a minute, it will count down and do that after 1 minute. We have a way mode, so we can set it to turn on and off randomly at a time based on these times. So inside that bracket, it will turn on and off. And lastly, we have the runtime. So it shows us the current runtime, the total runtime, daily averages, and the past 30 days details. So today, past 7 days, and past 30 days. If we swipe across, so you'll see we've got these 3 dots at the bottom, and we can actually swipe in between the different plugs on this power board. So they're kind of grouped together but kind of not all at the same time. So I've just turned off computer test. I'll turn on lamp test, and we're waiting on lamp test 1. This just turned off because the timer just expired on lamp test 1. So I'll pop back over and we'll turn off lamp test 2. So now we've looked at it in the app, let's get it set up in Home Assistant. Now in the previous videos featuring the KASA Smart accessories, we saw how dead simple the Home Assistant integration for the TP-Link KASA range of accessories is, and that they pass through all of the controls and attributes without any hassle. So all we need to do to get the TP-Link KASA Smart integration into Home Assistant is go to Configuration and then Integrations, and we can click Add Integrations, search TP-Link. We'll select TP-Link KASA Smart, and it's already seeing that we've got the TP-Link power strip here, or we can set up another instance. So I'm going to select the TP-Link power strip that we've got here, and we're going to submit that. And we can choose where our computer test strip is. We'll put that in the spare room for now. We'll hit finish. So now we've got the power strip added in there. We can see 1 device, 3 entities. And if I pop back to the overview, I'm going to find the spare room, and we've got our lamp test 1, 2, and computer test. And you should see over here on the power strip, if I switch on lamp test 1, number 1 comes on and the lamp came on as well. Lamp test 2, and that one's come on, and computer test. So the control in Home Assistant is working, and I can tell you that the control is really quick. It's very responsive. This is one of the benefits of the TP-Link KASA Smart system. It's not a cloud-based API, it is a local API, so it doesn't have to go out to a server, be processed by the server, and then have the command come back into the network here. If we hit one of the physical buttons as well, we should get an update in the Home Assistant interface in a moment. Okay, so that took a little longer than I would have liked. It took about 5 seconds. That's fine. It's not a deal breaker for me, but switching it on and off through the Home Assistant UI is quite quick. If I click on the icon here, we'll drill in here and we can see that we've got on and off. We don't have any additional attributes in here because, as I mentioned, there's no power monitoring or anything like that in this power strip. It is just on and off control, so that is all fine. So you can see how easy it is to add the TP-Link KASA Smart integration for this particular power strip into Home Assistant. That was dead simple. We got all of our attributes and all of our controls working in a matter of seconds. So there you have it, the TP-Link KP303 KASA Smart Wi-Fi power strip. I like that each socket is individually switched, and the addition of 2.4 amps of USB charging is great for desktop applications. I do think it would be a better product with the addition of one more either always on or switched socket, and I'd really love to see someone produce a smart power strip with energy monitoring either per socket or on the whole thing. Despite those drawbacks, I'm extremely happy with my purchase, and I do think that it will serve me quite well in the years to come. That's all we have for this video, and I do hope that it helped you in your home automation journey. Be sure to comment down below with a home automation idea or gadget you'd like to see me cover in a future video. Don't forget to follow HiveMind Automation on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and those links are also in the video description. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button to give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing now. and be sure to hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release new videos each week. If you are in the market for a VPN provider, there is an affiliate link for NordVPN in the video description as well. I've chosen to partner with NordVPN because they have the best infrastructure of any of the VPN providers that I've researched. They also have a strict no logs policy and servers all over the planet. On top of that, they have apps for just about every platform around, including Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. So no matter what platform you're using, whether it's in a coffee shop or at home, you can protect your information while you browse the web. So get a VPN today and use my link below to sign up for NordVPN. Lastly, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to help to support the channel, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description down below. Contributions through Buy Me a Coffee are always put towards making more and better content for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.